In that way.
Okay, so such a pleasure to see all of you, to meet you here today. Thank you, Thada, for having us back. Thank you, Anthony, for being today to master. An incense master. Yeah, today we're coming back to weekly transmissions of Jinkies, offline, in person, and one day to the Balinese celebration tomorrow. They have Kuninga Ogalungan. I always forgetting about, just like, I guess tomorrow is the start the process of like 2 weeks celebration of welcoming ancestors back, and kind of have all the rituals, and kind of the way of how many years they have it once in every 6 months, something like this, like their tradition. So today is a 3-day of this. So we can also feel energies, and you can see put all of these, and if you saw these things on the streets, the catchers that we used to call the ancestor spirits back home. Yeah, and we're today calling the energy of Christ, in fact, because the 27 Jinki that we
Where do you want to put him?
that I put here.
Here?
Okay. The 27 Jinki that we discovered today in the city selflessness is the energy of Jesus Christ. And yeah, today we're going to discover the 27 Jinki that is on the field from 21st till 27th of April. And it's a very beautiful key that teaches us how to relate.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
And the way also how we do tea, we're pouring to one another. And
Also, if you have a chance to smell this incense, this is like high quality incense from Nepal, very specially handmade. And I mean, you smell the aroma. Maybe everyone can just smell. Like we are, preparing to drink the tea, we can also prepare for the incense and the energy of that. So it just, yeah. And as well, Maya is very dear to Jesus and also to the Christian church. So yeah, we're just making more space to invite this energy. Yeah. Yeah.
and it's all natural, no toxic.
Yes. No carbon, except for when it's the carbon.
So as the Jinkies, yes, sounds a little bit.
Towards.
Okay, so basically it's a passive self-discovery. So just again, we'll remind and explain the container, how it works. I give in the transmission, my partner
Thank you.
giving tea ceremony. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Some cup.
How you can do it?
Yes. Hello?
Yes.
With the genius thing?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That thing you're all here for.
What's your name?
My name is Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
Yeah, heavy.
Okay, we can use this one, maybe.
What did you say?
Yes, yes. Solutions.
For right now, it's Blue Lotus.
Oh, nice.
Later on, we'll go to Ulun and Puer. So if at any time you don't want to drink tea, you just put your cup upside down. That's a sign that you don't want this tea, or you have enough, or you want to make a break. And if you feel like you had a break and you want to have tea again, then you can just put a cup like normal position.
And
Yeah.
also, we have 2 teapots, so if you would like to continue on the Blue Lotus, I can serve Blue Lotus.
Have blue tea.
Yeah, that's fine. We can do that.
So how it works again is I'm giving a transmission of a current key of the week. Today is the 27. Do you familiar with Jinkies?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Look.
beautiful. And my partner today, he's giving a tea ceremony. And yeah, we have this mystery and connection with the transmission of key and the tea that helps also in this process, because right here we're not only like listening information, but we also connecting with this energy field, receiving the energy, and in the end we'll also do a little short meditation guidance. So my invitation during this process, as we will move through shadow, like the lower frequency of the key to gift and to the CD, and this energy is present here and now in the energy field from 21st till 27. So it affects us, doesn't matter if we have it in our personal chart or we don't have it. This energy is what affects us. And we can, the more we align, the more we tune, the more we can feel it and bring us to higher frequency. Through also accepting, loving, and understanding and transmuting the shadow. And when we go through these layers, I invite you to feel, when we'll speak about shadow of this key, how do you feel it in your body? How do you feel it in your system? What's rising? And the first part is going to be silent. Then at some point, I'm opening space for your questions or reflections or any stories you want to share. And then we again continue the transmission. And then like open again the space for feedbacks or questions or anything you feel called to share. And every time when it's going to be a new tea, you will do ding dong, yeah? Yes. Do you want to say anything?
Sure. Hi everyone. It's nice to see familiar faces and also some new ones. Yes, so I'm the partner of Katya, and I'm also now today, not usually, but at times when I'm needed, I will come in and fill in for Martin, who is the owner of Usada, but also he supports the tea ceremony process. So I'm going to be this support today and energetically, yeah, and I look forward to it. I hope you really enjoy as well this transmission, because this one has a special gift, and you're about to witness it. So enjoy. Yeah.
Thank you. And have a presence of Christ.
Yes.
Yeah, and so as I was sharing recently, we just came recently from Nepal. And that was very deep and beautiful, amazing journey that have a deep place in my heart. And I feel like, and before we were in India, so I feel the transmission today will have a taste of this cultures and spiritual traditions, and everything came together because after we've changed, I've changed so much within these 2 months. So let's see what will come today. And yeah, we start with the shadow 27 Jinki, the shadow of selfishness, the gift of altruism, and the city of selflessness. So as you know, every key the pass from shadow to CD through the gift. And originally, when Richard Rudd, the master who brought the system, he created Jinkies. Originally, there were only shadow and CDs. There were no gifts. As the first transmissions that came to him, it was only shadow and CDs. Like CD, let's say, is the essence of the key. It's a divine quality. It's what we're here to unlock. The more we go into, let's say, transmutation of humanity and rising in new consciousness, but at the same time, we have a shadows that's not, they're not bad. They're not like something we need to get rid of. There's something we have to be aware of. And they are like, you know, like kind of universal with, like, let's say, good or bad, or like light energy, dark energy. In the end, it's just unity and they're all equal. But the shadow is kind of that have a potential that haven't been opened yet. It's like something that it's a potential of energy that we haven't looked yet there, we haven't purified, to haven't opened it, to haven't bring it into heart. So it stays in a shadow level. And when we experience it, it can feel like resistance, struggles, like stress, any kind of discomfort. And when we act through shadow, basically, we can say we act through lower consciousness, we act through, and it's most of the time will be any type of survival mechanisms. CD, we can say like journey from 3D dimension to 5D, and the gift is a 4D, like a heart. So kind of, and then before, as I said, it was like only shadow and CD. And he felt for some time that something was missing in this. And he didn't share the system yet with the world. And then at some point, I remember he was sharing, he had a train journey somewhere with his friend, a psychotherapist, and they've been talking about Gene Keys. And they found out, and his friend inspired him or somehow gave him idea about include the middle part. That's, as we know, is a gift right now. So the gift is something when we bring the raw energy of shadow and we purify it, and we are able then to create and act through this energy. In a shadow, it's kind of acting through us in a not consciousness way. And we are either on reaction and fight or suppression. Then when we transmute the energy, we're acting through creation, through love. And the CD is more even as a divine quality, like a beingness. Sometimes there is not even action needed there. In some CDs, as you will see, for example, the CD of a 20 gene presence. It's not even about action, it's just about like, just be like a beingness, is just about being. And the gift, as I like how it said, it's a CD in a shape. Even in a human body, and in creating a life, we're creating projects, we are like creating families, relationships, building houses, whatever we're doing.
Finding houses.
Finding houses, yes. We are acting here, so we can act through the shadow, the gift of the CD. It's our choice. Yeah, and the shadow of this key is selfishness. Sometimes I confuse in my mind between selfishness and selflessness. But selfishness is what it said. It's a very basic quality of survival. And the difference, in fact, between shadow and CD, shadow and gift, is also in the way how we can include others. How we can distinguish what is good and bad for ourselves and what is good and bad for others, and how we can find imbalance. Because also what is interesting to, when we look in the key, you can this week basically experience whether either you act in a selfish way, like you think only about yourself, and you can't connect to others, you can't feel the needs of others, you can't feel feelings of others because you're focusing only on yourself. Or it's the opposite, you're like where you can think like you're very giving and very loving and you just give to others all the time, but at the end of the day you feel frustrated because they don't give you back what you think they have to, and because in fact you're not truly giving from a heart, you just in a way playing the shadow game of expecting something being returned to you, like you're doing something for others and you think, but then they have to do for me this and this and this. And this is both way how shadow can be represented. And also when we look at the key, we look at the program partner, because every key has a program partner. It's like two keys that go together, like yin and yang, like feminine, masculine. And for 27, there is a 28, the key that connects us with true purpose of life, with the energy of totality. how total I can live every present moment. That's the true purpose is in each present moment. But in the shadow, it's purposelessness. It's like don't have a sense of purpose. And from that, 28 is connected with the fear of death or fear of dying and not not accomplish your higher purpose in life, kind of to have an empty life. The 28 is afraid of emptiness. It's afraid of not not leave your kind of mark on the world, like not doing something, either like not build like your empire, or like not having kids, like not kind of leave something that will remain after you and will remind about you. This is also a shadow that can drive us to do something, but still, if you have this motivation, it's still action from shadow. When on a gift level, it's, I would say, more acting from alignment, serving what you have, why you soul came here, but it's free of fears. It's a kind of it's for me, for you, then it doesn't matter. Will you leave a mark? Will you do something great or not? Or maybe your purpose just to share presence and love with everybody where you going. Maybe it's not about building big things, so maybe it is you stop caring away. Not that's like you become ignorant, but you just doing what is in front of you right now in each moment in totality. And this is the difference. So this week you can explore all these topics, because they will rise as these frequencies are in the field. So the nature of these questions will come. And also 28, as I said, it's program partner of 27. That's why I'm speaking about this also, because they're always together, like yin and yang. Then it's 28 is kind of connected with a lot with astral world, with different beings, with different spirits, and it kind of activates for us these different portals that it's teaching us to go beyond any fears. Anyway, kind of it can be connected with like demons or whatever, but it say that it teaches us, because the 28 Jinki is immortality. It's kind of teaching us to become immortal in a way. It reminds me of we've been watching recently The Lord of the Rings was
Wasn't my idea.
Yeah, we've been in the airplane back to Bali, and we had like, the screens in the airplane, and there was a lady sitting kind of the row in front of me and like this, and she was watching Lord of the Rings, and so I was watching with her. And then at some point she fell asleep, and then my partner, he was asleep and he awake, and I started to watch Lord. I'm like, I want to see what, like, because I kind of haven't watched it yet a very long time. I was like, she fell asleep, but I need to see what's going on. That what's happened. And it showed up that is his favorite movie. So we've been continuing watching, and I think it's in the second year when they maybe you share when then the Merlin put this like you shall not pass it, like with the demons.
Merlin, Gandalf.
Not Merlin.
Archetype is correct, but what about it?
This like the archetype when he died was a demon and transmuted.
Yes, that fall in with Balrog down to the this process of stepping into your complete into the absolute truth. I feel that moment where he's kind of, it's beyond reason what Gandalf did, right? He had to face like a demon, right? And like everyone else was kind of like, why are you doing that for us, right? Well, in the end of the day, that's why we're here, to realize what is truth, what is untruth, and how to fully embrace what is truth. So maybe.
And kind of in
maybe
the
an
movie,
extreme example, but
he kind of died because the demon take him back, and then he fight it, and then he was reborn, and like he was Gandalf the Grey, then he became Gandalf the White, even in the small part, like the light presence. So this is, I would say, this is the archetype of this week, kind of. So you can in tune with this. But let's start with the selfishness, the shadow. Also, what's interesting about this key is we reflect on human design. It's connected with the sacral center. Do you have more tea? It's connected with sacred center and sacral, and it's sexual energy, but it's also an energy of nurturing. It's the energy of mother. It's an energy that says like basically how it works on a very primal level. It says when a child born, like for example, if I'm the mother and I give birth to a child, the child needs love and taken care. It needs nutrition and it needs to be taken care of. So this is the energy that kind of will feed with food or with love or with energy and time, everybody's around who you feel like belong to, like your partner, your family, like who you feel close to you, like for whom you naturally want to care, because it's also a tribal energy. So it will not take care of everybody, like collective. It's more about who I feel is my tribe. And if it's my tribe, then I will kind of give anything as a mother, like this quality. And it can be your clients if you work with people, it can be your projects, your friends, like your partners, who for your system you believe is your tribe. And as I said, this archetype is to take care of child till child 7 years old. And because the first 7-year cycle, and then then you can release in a way that the child will be free. But the first 7 years, this energy is focused like to take care. That's why the city of selflessness. And I also heard somebody with the city connected with the archetype of Mother Teresa. Mm-hmm. So it's I would say it's very interesting energy of this key. But let's see with the selfishness. And it has any shadow two polarities. So one would be a person who just focused on himself or herself itself, who can't think about others, who can't include others, who can't understand and feel others, because all its focus on its own life. And it can look very differently. It can be out of like survival, that I don't have enough for myself, and how I can be generous with others. And basically this key is raising a question for us this week of how generous you can be, how much you can give freely without anything back. How much do you believe you have what you want to give, and how much you can feel how we all are interconnected, and not only on the human level, but also different beings, different dimensions of beings. And also what happens on the shadow level is that the person become closed out of survival, or it can be also played out as somebody who's like, I believe I have this purpose, I need to do this, like no matter what, I have to, like, you know, make my business work or whatever. Can look like it's driven by some like high purpose, high energy, and can look like somebody is very ambitious and like connected with mission and everything, but we should look if this person, how he relates with others, like kind of, you know, when you walk, like do you leave like a ground that full of like life and like kind of trees and flowers, or it's like just a burned ground? Like when you walk towards a purpose, do you able to establish relationships and connections? Do you able to care about others? Can you see what's going on around you, or you just and also there, or you just like kind of following the path what you think, but and becomes very empty because there is no connection, there is no love basically built there. And it's, as I said, it teaches us about balance. Take care of my needs and take care of the need of others, and to know this balance, where to give to myself and where to give to others. Because the polarities would be either I just give to myself and don't give to anybody else, or I give, the other opposite is I give to everybody, but I don't give to myself at all. This is also selfishness, as it can be somebody who, and it's also kind of traditionally before was kind of archetype of mothers, like a woman who would always like take care of family. For example, I know my family, my mother, she has 8 brothers and sisters, so there was 9 kids, including her. And my grandmother, she was always like working and then taking care of everybody, and all the kids were taking care of each other. The oldest were taking care of smallest, so nobody kind of had real childhood. Because as soon as you're older than somebody, you take care of that one. And in a way, it helped to create a feeling of really like love and care and connection. But at the same time, it also then created these beliefs and everything as I can't have time for myself, like I need to give all to others. And then it's always build up an expectation that if I sacrifice myself to others, then I will give something back. And this is also the roots of codependency. I remember my very, very first relationship years ago, before any spiritual path or even psychotherapy or anything, when I was constantly kind of sacrificing myself for how I thought at the time love or relationship, and I couldn't say no to that partner. I did something if I even didn't like for example, meeting with his friends or going somewhere, and I believed that he should do the same to me, but he was not. And I was more and more angry because I thought, why I'm kind of sacrificing for you, but you're not doing it back. Until I found one book, it called Woman Who Loved Too Much. And that's kind of opened my eyes, and I realized that I gave all my happiness into hands of somebody else. And then the funniest thing, that was the first time I discovered how all this kind of frequency works. The moment I realized that I betrayed myself and I'm the only one who can make me happy, and the moment I decided that I will take care of, I need to take care of myself. I need to know what I want. I need to know how to love myself first and not expect that somebody else will do this. The moment I bring energy back to myself, there was the moment when that partner kind of had his understanding, awakening, and then he started to do everything kind of was asking before, but he was ignorant to that. But the moment I started to give to myself, he started to give to me also. He had kind of spontaneous awakening realization. So that time, it was maybe 13 years ago, but it was the first time when kind of this frequency dimension opened to me. It's not about the action on the outside, it's first the right energy. When I was given energy, let's say selfishness, that is also a selfishness. When I'm giving this example, when giving to somebody, believing that this person needs to give back to me, this is selfishness, because I need something that I don't give to myself, and I believe that somebody else have to give this to me. So I will do something for them, but in fact, I'm not doing for them. I'm doing for myself because I think that they have to then give to me. And when they not, then I become angry and pissed off and want to destroy everything. So then when I started to really give to myself, and then the reality changed. So this is all what the Jinkies is. It's a lower frequency. The moment we transmute the energy, for example, we move from selfishness to altruism. The moment we start to see how the outside world is changing without us actively doing something even there, by just changing the inner state, the alchemy. When we change the way we feel and the state, the frequency we send to universe, like a vibration, let's say, then we receive a different outcome back. So yeah, and I just want now to hear your questions or feedbacks, anything you want to share. We have a little open time now for anybody who feels call. If you want, I can record or I can put stop for the recording and continue later my transmission.
Yeah, you may want to do this because we don't have mics anyway.
Okay.
We have one, we have another mic.
It's okay. We resonated with what's been said about the light and dark also and these things, because as soon as we came back to Bali, it was like maybe 5 days ago. And I said we've been in Nepal before, where there's still a lot of things there, but it's more, for me at least, it was more space of kind of just enlightenment. It's just a space of just recognizing the true nature. It's a space of seeing beyond all the illusions. Or not even beyond the illusions, but just seeing clearly the illusions of the Maya, and just so effortlessly connecting with the truth, with source itself, and realizing yourself as it, not even yourself as it, but realizing that just this is it. When we came to Bali, and we came like late evening, and it's like funny, everything is, I see until being in Bali, I see so much as 27, 28, especially because 28 is a program partner, is like the key of totality, is the gift, is like an energy of just being in the stage of life. Kind of, you have to play here your role. It doesn't matter good or bad. You just have to play your role. It's kind of, you have to play your dharma. It's going to be good or bad. It's not about this. It's about how total you are in it. When you're total in it, you're free of karma. You know how they have this, I heard they have these things in India for some particular type of saints, that even like if this type of person kills somebody, he's free. He's not free of karma and free of any like legal things, because he kind of has authority, like acted from like a saint. If he's acted through him, like it's justified kind of in a way. Yeah, you have this, yes, something like this in India. So you know more about this.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, when there's been a force, like whenever divine intervenes, it's the biggest blessing you'll get. Even if you get killed by a divine, it's still you know, it's like even the ayahuasca gonna make you vomit and purge and everything. Well, at the end of that process, you'll feel pretty lighter than you did before. So it's the same sense.
Yeah, so as I said, it doesn't matter which role you're playing. Since it's your role in this incarnation, and you're playing it like in a detachment way, let's say if we go through Coderics, you play it in a playfulness, through detachment, with a quality of celebration it, and being just fully present with it, and fully honest, and through the creativity that is coming through this, and stillness, then you still serving the Dharma. Even if for somebody it looks like a bad role, you look like a bad person, you still serving the Dharma. And yes, like I saw, I'll just finish.
Can you fill these two up? With the folder, yeah, and also a spoon. Yes.
Is it spoon or
Small spoon, yeah.
this one?
This one.
And so just as soon as we came to Bali, we had to, it was the first house, and then we figured out it was kind of not good energy. So as soon as we arrived, we had to do a ceremony with a local priest. Like we arrived in the evening, like say it's 7, and at 9 we've been doing the ceremony. So it's like boom, straight away, you do this like whole purification and everything. And then like we moved to another house after a couple of days, and it's like it's even worse in a way of like kind of the Bali is showing the diversity of different things. And I felt like I so much wanted to rest after Nepal and integrate everything. And I was like, okay, And only one day, like we arrived, the next day was like good, massages, everything. And then boom, straight away, other things that showing, for me, it is what I've been experiencing. I've been seeing that, first of all, the border between what we call light and dark here is so, it's like kind of not even exist.
Yeah.
It's all like interconnected, intervening into one another, especially if you live like in a Balinese compound with a local family, like their temples and everything. But then for me, what been arising is that I started to see it all differently. A kind of the different understanding, not even understanding, like the different perception arise, where I just started to see is it's just different forces, different energies that in the core they're equal. That none of them are bad or good. It's all about how I can relate with them. How I can, like for example, we've been consulting with one priest, and he said you need to, like I started to see more what they do, and they working with different spirits, and like if they're bad, they just kind of give their offerings to harmonize, to make like the energy work better in a way. So it's not about good and bad, it's about how you can build the harmony with all of it. Because like they have to, this like the island full of it, you know, they have to find a way to to communicate, to find harmony, to build this, because like yeah, if you want to have a happy life and everything, you have to find a way here to like to be able to communicate for this. So that's why the priest here and everything is one leg, one foot in the dark, one foot in the light. And I found personally myself some different level of seeing this. And I would say before I was trying to kind of avoid, and now I see that, but also be mindful, like for example, do I have enough energy now to deal with this or not? If I know it, I would step out. I would like move, for example, to a place. If I don't have enough capacity right now to deal with this energy, I will not like play hero saying, oh, like I will save the world. No, if I don't have capacity, I'm aware of myself also, but not from a place of ignorance, but from a place of deep understanding. And this is what these two keys represent, just being total with everything. Stop seeing it as a dark or light, a good and bad, because in the end, it's all serving the Dharma, all of it. And at the same time, with this key, the question of the purposelessness and selflessness and selfishness. They said like when you don't have a sense of true purpose in your life, that would lead to selfishness. Like when you don't have a purpose in your life, and not like a purpose like I need to build this business or something, like it's a higher purpose, like your alignment with the path of your soul, what you came here to create, to experience. When there is no alignment with this, then your life will become selfish. The same if you're selfish, you will be purposelessness. You would be not connected with the true purpose, I would say your mission or whatever you call it. And these questions are very interconnected. Like you can't truly serve the Dharma until you fully focused on yourself, until you're selfish. And it's also, that's why I love also the Jinkies and the way they build, as you know, they have like the sequences. And the last one is a pearl sequence that has all the keys. That's about your mission, your realization into the world, your money, your brand, all of these things. But this whole sequence opened only after you purify the core wound, and then it's become vacation. So you have to go into the darkest cave of your core wound that's been placed in the moment of conception, and look into deepest fear and kind of come through the portal of life and death to become who you truly are. And only after that, you can truly serve and connect with your Dharma and with your mission, because you're not doing it anymore out of any fear of survival or like ambitious or anything. You're doing it kind of just because you cannot do it. You're doing it not for yourself or not for others, because the idea of like saving the humanity, or I remember I had these stories before, like I came here to help the humanity like to raise a consciousness and this, and then it's been shown to me that it's just another stories. I came here just because I came here, and and if my beingness is helping others, it's just happening. But if I'm playing a role of like, like a Christ was a Christ just because he was a Christ, not because he wanted to save the humanity. But his life, his beingness is what created an archetype. And like, for example, and the same is like, if your beingness, if your life is your dharma is serving some, like, let's say, higher plan in the universe, it's beautiful. But if you want to be this person and you're attached to this on a personal level, on like spiritual ego and everything, then it's not this. This is just also the selfishness. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. I'm confused with this world.
Less means less than, so it's like, if you're not selfish,
Yes.
that's how I remind it.
Are you?
This is a new tea.
It's a new tea.
This is the,
Oh, sorry. I put you. It's
I would just have one.
this is oolong. Everest oolong.
high
Probably,
mountain alone from Nepal.
probably is Everest oolong.
It's from Nepal?
It's from
Yes.
Nepal, yeah. From the Himalayas,
They receive a little bit.
yes.
I still have.
They're
photos.
resplendent in herbs and yeah, flowers in the Himalayas. That's what we discovered. So much beautiful, high quality flowers and
So
honey as well.
Honey?
We had
You did?
we had an experience.
not here, but we have.
Oh,
A
the acidity.
We had an experience with the rhododendron, which is in fact I realized the national flower of Nepal is the psychoactive one.
Interesting.
Yeah,
It's a psychoactive rhododendron.
it's psychoactive. Yeah, I guess the Himalayan rhododendron is a high.
Yeah, we have this honey we bought that is like
Did you bought it here?
no Nepal.
You didn't bring it back.
We have it.
We have not here,
Yeah,
but
we have
to
it.
visit our
We
home.
haven't touched it since we left Nepal.
I want to eat all the stories and I want to try.
Yeah, it's like you take a spoon and you like
Yeah, the wild honey, right?
the wild.
It's
On
the-
they go under the.
yeah, that one.
yeah.
It grows everywhere apparently in.
I see everybody knows. Yeah.
Everyone's watched National Geographic. Everyone's seen the TV.
Okay, let's
very
let's
cool.
just. Do you want this tea?
Oh yeah, I'll try that.
Let's just
Yeah.
respect. When we have a new tea, normally we can activate with smell, have a moment of silence.
Yeah.
So
We're
and
gonna-
yeah.
We'll ring the, what is it? The sound of Gondor.
Yeah.
The what is it? They what's that scene?
The bell is like.
The beacon of Gondor is lit. That's what it says. It doesn't say the bell. The beacon of Gondor.
Okay.
This is the beacon of Gondor. This is the beacon. Thank you.
It's interesting about this singing bowl. It was given me in fact by Martin a couple years ago as a present, and it's from Nepal. It's handmade by monk, one of the monks, and it was given before I went to Nepal. It's I was very beautiful now to like connect with. Wow, I visited the very sacred land. Yeah, so I forget what we've been saying.
Just learn about selfless.
We've just moved from self-listeners to
Altruism. Yeah, also I felt like a call to ask you because I know you just to share because I know you working with also these dimensions and like frequency shadows. I don't know what exactly, but maybe if something is coming through you to share.
About?
Just about all this transmutation and like anything that's in your heart you want to share about shadow, the dimensions, the light and dark, all of this from your feelings, from your experience, from your work with people. And if not, that's fine. Then I will just go to gifts.
We talk about shadow and light, this theme that you were bringing every time into Ginny King. Yeah, well, for me, it's definitely a big part of my work because this is something I've learned along the way, that each of our shadows hold such a powerful gift, and shadows which are the heaviest and the one that are the most difficult to move through are most often time, as we know, very connected to like the purpose, the things that we want to share with the world. And people don't realize, but that is the case for every little shadows. It's like the more you play with your shadows, the more you can bring more quality into the integration of your consciousness. Because I like to see it as the consciousness is split in so many times due to different experience that we have. And those create shadows because they're still in the dark. And once we reconnect with this part of this consciousness, there's an activation of it happening at all time. And if we talk about the astral world, which is something the 28 is to it as well, right?
Yes, a lot.
Interesting. So that's the work that we both do, which is the magnificent power of many lifetimes and the soul experience. And when you visit or understand different experience of your soul and the pain that is held or the lesson that needed to be learned, there is always a transmission of gift because each of our incarnation in in parallel time, because time and space does not exist like we believe it is in this dimension. We then receive a transmission of the gift that this lifetime has cultivated. And it's fascinating because it's like, imagine you have had thousands of lifetimes in different dimensions, and you're like, oh, this lifetime, which is an old freaking life of a being that is integrated, and you're like, I can receive all the gift of this. And I think as a being, we're so multidimensional, and we're having so many gifts because there's so many lifetimes that we have fully integrated. So it's like you've been a mother 1,000 times, and yet you haven't been in this lifetime.
Yeah,
it's in you, and you will know how to be a mother. That's an example.
I hope so.
No, thank you.
Okay.
we have Blue Lotus.
Yes. Do you want this?
Thank you. Yeah, so say this topic is especially accurate in Bali. I would say if this all selfishness and altruism. Let's go to altruism, the gift of altruism. What is it truly? And the simple, if I would say about altruism in one simple sentence, it would be to know a difference when to say yes and when to say no. to know exact when to say yes and when to say no, and to know that sometimes saying no is a love, is a way of how you take care. The same way as a mother, sometimes you need to say no to child, to help child grow. And I can say personally, you know, I've been with my mother, for example. She's very loving and sharing. As I said, she was in the family with 9 kids. So all she knew, in fact, is share and to give. But sometimes with me, as I was only one child. So by nature, I was born, I kind of, by nature, I raised more selfish, being more selfish, because I believe this, all I want is like, I have all I want always. And if not, I was like, I would make it, I'd do anything so I have it. Kind of, I couldn't accept no from the life, and then life have to teach me to accept no. Also with love and grace. And but anyway, as I've been sharing, sometimes my mother been saying me no to something. Like mostly, like let's say times when of my teenager, or like when I was studying in a university, and for example, she was supporting financially in some ways, but she was saying, for example, if you want to go, because I love to also travel, and I have a friend in my university, a girl, and we love to travel together, like when we had this holidays in university between the modules. And my mom was saying, like, you know, I give you money for one travel in a year, like summer. If you want other things, have to earn the money. And I didn't like to earn the money, but I wanted to travel. So I started to earn money. I was doing like, you know, like when you, for example, kind of presentation of something, looks like a beautiful woman, like they like beautifully dressed on the high heels, and they could present different either perfumes, or sometimes like it's a presentation of like new tobacco, for example, whatever, and you like kind of playing our role. But and I was earning money, but to see in this whole, this is what the way through this work, how I met my very first partner, and he kind of, and the one that was sharing with this codependency, but their relationship also brought me to spiritual path, and they brought me to activating my gifts, and they brought me to my first awakening. So it's a way how like everything is always serving one another. And the moment when my mother was saying no to me about something, of course, at that time I was angry, because it was like, she has money, why she just can't give to me? but it learned me to not only learned me to be responsible, to earn and all these things, but it also taught me to it not only, let's say, it showed me that everything in life is so interconnected, and we don't see the whole picture right now, but it's like everything is serving the life. And altruism is not about like unconditionally giving, even when I feel like my cup is empty, but I'm still giving. No, altruism is a absolute feeling, way to say no and when to say yes to somebody or to something. And also one of the beautiful energies that represent altruism would be an energy of dolphins, the dolphin consciousness. So if you want to connect with 27 gene keys, I would say connect with dolphins, because they are showing the altruism in a way that the altruism, in fact, this can't even be fully lived by individual, because it's a group collective consciousness. As the dolphins, they have a group consciousness, and when they move, for example, when they like move through the ocean, they move as a tribe, and they always see like they kind of not in this, they connected in communication through frequency, so they make sure that everybody's included with like something is, let's say, like on the very end of something happened, they always communicate and helping one another as they acting. Their consciousness is not operating in a separated self, but in a group consciousness. That is also what is example of altruism, as how we are able to be like really team with others and act not from only me and what I need, but from we. And that requires, I would say, already transmutation of self in the way. The whole key is also asking us the questions: what is the self? Does it really exist? And how is to be really selflessness? This is the message of this key. And if we connect again with 28, that's the key of kind of death, basically. So to be fully, truly who you are, you have to die. You have to die in the illusion of separated self. You have to die in the limitations. And yeah, that's for me is a constant experience of seeing that the beliefs that I had around myself, they just beliefs. And with my partners, like seeing so many times the love that is showing that there is no me there. It's not like I love him or he loves me. It's just the love. It's here, it's present, and the love is a God. And the more I can see it, the more it purifies anything that my mind tried to put on the way, because it just simply can't relax in the simple truth, because it's very uncomfortable, because mind like complexity. If we again look in the cordon ring of life and death, there is 23rd jinki here, the shadow of complexity. It's a mind love complexity. It love to make things harder. It's also can put you like on all this like spiritual path and healing, like unstoppable healing, where you just have to relax in the present moment. Yeah, and that's what I remembered I wanted to share with you when we just came to Bali, and we've been before the priest came, we came into Zest, and it was very interesting to come. Yeah, we live close by. It's very interesting from the Nepal to come here, and we've been seated, and I was like, oh my God, it's like I just see Bali so differently right now. I just see that there's nothing about spirituality. In fact, it's the same as I feel the same as being in a nightclub. The same. There's no difference. It's just just seeing that it's just another. It's like dress up differently, you speak differently, you have another language. Like maybe you have even the Merlin stick or Gandalf stick, but it's still the same. You can put all the crystals and it's still the same. And it was interesting because, and also I saw how it's easy to drop into the kind, because like what the mind, it's so strong. It's so strong that you need to have so much stillness and presence in your heart and also not to deny, because denying creates separation, that creates arrogance and spiritual ego. So it's not about fighting with something, but acknowledging that that's all, and that in the way it's all divine, it's all God, but sometimes feeling in how I can remain in the truth more and more, and relax more and more in it, and be present more and more, and relaxing in the simplicity, where everything that is my path will happen naturally. I just have to feel and make a step every moment, every right moment. Again, just what, like, it's always synchronicity with us when we're watching any film, how it's playing out in the life. I remember what the Gandalf said to Hobbit when he was going to about to go to with this ring, that it's not for you to decide your destiny. It's not for you that you can choose it or not. It's already written. What you can decide is what you do with the time that's given to you.
Time you have.
Yes. And that's, I felt like, yeah, this is what I was always reminder. The path is already made. But what I can do is only how I walk this path, what I do with the time that's given to me. And in fact, this is the message of 27 Jinki. It said, what is the selflessness? And like more about gifts and gift coming to city. What you do with the time being given to you, because the most important thing you can give to others is your time. Because in a way, it's the only thing you have, and the only thing that's not refined, like
Refundable.
in a way, yes. Like even if kind of you can charge yourself with energy again. You can earn money again, but you can't earn time. The time passed. Of course, like you can bring off the energies from timelines and everything, but the time you invested is something, that moment is gone. Then you have another moment, but that exact moment has happened already and it's gone. So the time is here, even if it's illusion, but we live in that. It's here. It's like the kind of the precious thing that we have. So this key is teaching us to be just very accurate with our time, and to how and to whom we're giving our time. And this is what moving us to the gift of altruism is, to be very accurate and very like in our open heart, but very accurate with how we give our time to others. And then when we transmute into selflessness, the CD, we see when it's the common acidic energy of Christ, it's all about transmutation, the DNA, where it's possibility to a miracles happens. It's possibility to happen spontaneous things that will shift your awareness and that will bring you to like absolute another way of experiencing the reality. But we will go to see this soon. First, I would say if you want to say anything about gift and about these energies, and if you feel you want to go.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Are you a friend of Elliot?
Elliot,
Elliot.
no,
Okay, I'm just checking because
he
he's.
sounds like a nice guy though.
Yeah, I'm just checking if he sent you one. He said he sent a friend.
Yeah. No, I just saw the on sign downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
thank you so much for having me. It's really interesting. Love
Thank
learning
you.
more about the gene keys and everything.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for the tea.
You're welcome.
Thank
Have
you.
a good day.
So, altruism, time, dolphins, anything. I will pause again. So
Um,
Yeah.
the question was about how combine, I would say, the spiritual
Integrate.
path and integrate with your personal, let's say, life, and integrate the spiritual into their human existence in a way. And first I would say, yeah, I also felt here also very feminine. That's was the other thing that I felt, especially the next day when we went to massages and everything. And I felt like my womb, I like so much water. I felt like my system was finally able to relax after like all this, like, you know, in Nepal, we went 3,100 meters to Nukusina. It's like, he brought me my feminine there. I was like, I don't want to go. I just need rest and massage. Like, why I'm fucking in this Jeep at hours? I was like,
And then it's cold.
and it's cold, and I have high altitude sickness. And I almost hated him to bring me there.
Almost.
And then, and like in the last day, I woke up in the middle of the night, so angry. I was like so angry. And then like it was our last night, and like he had to help me to purify the darkness and the ego back to like this, like the light. And then at the end, we going back from. And I'm like, oh, I'm so grateful to you. Thank you for taking me there. And he's like. And I'm like, oh, maybe we could stay one more night.
And you know you love it till you let it go.
Yeah. So, but then coming here, my family was like, finally. I'm like, I feel so like happy. I could feel like how my body was able to relax, and I could feel how the energy is flowing through me because it's water. It's the sacral chakra, and I felt it a lot. But then also like the next day after, it's like all these like things happen.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? It's open, and then it's again something.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, like I guess and I was really dreaming. I was like, okay, I come to Bali. It's like, and I need a week to just be with my family and just to relax and integrate. And I was like, yeah, one day is enough for you.
I feel it's Bali karma, so it's a gift. It's a gift.
I don't see it right now as
Burning.
bad. I see it.
Yeah.
I don't see it even as a karma. I see how I see it. I see it as it's an opening just to accept, see differently the different parts of reality, and to find myself in a I really started to see myself that I see kind of different forces as equal. As before, I was like, release entities, like kind of, there was still some fear inside me that was driven me to, not to fight, but kind of to try to keep it away or like not to connect. Now I see, not that I'm like, okay, come all to me, no, but I feel like it's just different forces and they're equal. I started to see that my consciousness is moving somewhere where there is no more like light and dark, or like the light and dark exist, but awareness is moving into what I call the light of the truth that is have like
Serving.
all these polarities. That's like beyond, even beyond the fact this is the seed of immortality and selflessness, because it's not about good or bad. It's about doing the right action that's in front of you, serving the Dharma. What is
beautiful word.
Great action.
And I see the immortality and what you brought up. That's
it's recorded, yeah. It's like it's just it kind of you can see the combinations of this key. It's so being here fully now that if you need to feel your feminine in this moment, this is for you the spiritual path in this moment. If this is what is coming. And if this right now in this moment you need to fight with dark forces, this is what needs to happen for you. And if this or moment you need to be a dark force, this is what needs to happen to you. The truth is how you grounded in the presence and you are able to do the right action, not right if in terms of mind, but right for your soul. That is what's unfolding your dharma or like unfolding the path of your soul. And I see that this is how our consciousness is just experiencing all the polarities and everything. And in one point, how I say from my experience right now, it's just the more and more it's moving into kind of beyond duality. It's not beyond duality. It's in fact, it's funny, it's in duality. But it's seeing duality as wholeness in a way. It's not that I kind of see beyond duality. It's like there is a duality, but the more and more I have less problems with it because it's just like sun and moon, light and dark, feminine, masculine, and it's all one kind of like this. And also to start to answer more personally, I had this experience long, like maybe 6 years ago, where I had this like really strong spiritual experience. And then I came back to Bali and to one of my spiritual teacher, the woman, and she told me kind of, you open your eyes, you liberated, but you still living here in a woman body. You still need to come back to body and learn. It's like kind of, she said, you thought the hardest path was to like liberate and awaken, but the hardest path right now is kind of learning to leave that state from a human experience of a woman. And she was saying, and you need to and you have to be in relationship. This is part of your dharma. And at the time I was like, I don't need a relationship. It's like it's just a wasting of time. It's like I'm whole. How I can be in a relation with anybody?
Yeah.
Because for me it was confusing. But then I had to kind of, me being in Bali, I remember, as where she's not drinking, it's initiated me into coming back into human experience. You know, it's funny. This initiation coming back into human experience happened through one of the relationship. And today we met this ex-partner in the cafe when we had breakfast with Anthony.
Oh, that face.
No, it's just it's become a cliche.
Yeah, it's not the first time.
We every cafe we go to, there's someone that's previously been with you or something like that. I'm like Bali in so many ways.
1,000 life.
Yeah, exactly.
I had
It's an old soul.
I had long life in Bali.
It's an old soul. No, but it's just like it's just like when you meet somebody like you've heard so much about, you know,
Them
and
and you're like,
and then
follow
you're like
them.
trying to add all the dots and everything, and I was, yeah. I don't want to make it about him, but
I was just answering that the life had to
Okay.
brought me back to kind of human experience, and I had so much resistance. So life had to put me in relationship. That kind of had strong soul connection, and I had to dive kind of back into feminine at the time. But
Yeah.
I had so much resistance at the time. I was like, what's even the point of that? But till a deeper surrender, and then I was like, okay, but it's still Dharma unfolding, and then I realized that, oh, in fact, I dream of. In fact, this when I see all this, I just see how it's all played and moved. Because in that relationship, I found a deeper question that even if they're beautiful, but my heart still was missing something. And I started to search what I'm missing, and I met him in the astral world before, like 5 years before we physically met. And I connected with his soul and with our love. And that initiated me to start a whole, like 4 or 5 years journey of recalibrating myself to be able to meet my twin flame. This time. And it's like, this is all when I see it. It's like, could I even think this in my mind about, could I, like, if I will try to make this like a plan, it's like, I couldn't even imagine that. It's just divine unfolding. I was just in the moment, like truth with what I feel and how and what was moving me, and going through resistance, and sometimes going through, like, had so many people and friends and previous teachers tell me it's impossible. Like, you can't meet your twin flame on the earth. It's like in this dimension, it's not exist. But at some point, I had to drop everybody. I had to not believe anybody. I had to say, no, I feel what my heart is calling, and I will stick to this, even if I need to die. Like, I will not give up.
Aww.
Mhm.
You continue.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what I said today about this whole return to Bali, and then also, yeah, to like give my view on the whole return from Nepal and everything, is that, yeah, it doesn't matter like how much experiences you have, you're always gonna have to, when you come back to a place like this and you feel the energies that are here and everything, it's just saying once again, like, how willing are you to be in a place that you love and be in a place that is love, and that's what we're choosing. That's what we're choosing at the end of the day. And if you're on a spiritual path, hopefully that's what you're choosing, is love, unconditional and everlasting, and life or death, exactly like this key, and choosing it over everything. And Bali is gonna maybe in the same way you're talking about the work on the transpersonal or shadow work, is there you go. How can
They're
we
fighting for life and death.
Yeah,
They get
it's
caught.
like Bali is not against you, it's just asking you more serious questions.
Beautiful.
Asking you real questions,
Asking more serious questions.
or yeah, or a more real question, or a real question, because I love going on yatras. It's one of my favorite hobbies, is going into spiritual places. Like, it's something in me is like, adventure, like. But in fact, that's become a safe place for me
Yeah.
to go to my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Even maybe for my family and things, going to India, seeing shit everywhere on the streets, and the smell of like burning corpses and stuff, like that's like
Just when I thought I'd go into India.
Well, we've gone to some places maybe less, yeah, we, you
Yeah,
know,
I'm gonna do Sri
I have
Lanka.
my own version in the West.
and
Sri Lanka.
you know what? It's,
Sri Lanka.
Bourbon Street with
yeah,
Is it
booze
for
and.
me?
yeah, I mean, that's another thing as well. So I mean, the West, like the West is like a whole other chapter, maybe not for today, but that all that stuff just makes me feel like home. I don't know why. It's from my tantric past lives and everything, but like, yeah, I love it. But at the same time, it's super easy, super comfortable for me. And in a way, yeah, Nepal, that's what connect us so deeply. There is like for us both, like, yeah, Nepal is like creme de la creme is perfect for us, for you, for me, it's perfect, you know, Indian food and also Buddhist culture and everything. It's like, yeah, it's perfect for our souls. But you know, then yeah, what,
Then what?
how long?
Back off the mountain, back down.
Yeah, you know,
Once
I'm from Switzerland, so I know this feeling of like, you know, going up to the mountain. And as a child, I kind of used to go up and wonder why I love skiing so much, like going up in this cold, freezing place.
Oh, he's listening for 3 days. How
No,
much I need to do the
yeah,
mountain back again?
Yeah, like the thing
I used
is,
to go skiing too.
is yeah, for me, just maybe it's what my soul enjoys the most, but you know, to bring it into like chakras and things, is we can see the mountains as like, well, being, you know, the edge of reality, edge of existence, as like astral, like not astral, but I would say even transcending astral, like complete, it's like spiritual realm. And then also you have like earth as well. You have strong like mountains are very root chakra oriented as well. And so you just feel like, yeah, for me, someone who has opposites, maybe I feel more harmonized there and everything, but it's still, I think we all know why we're here, right? We're here to like bring the heaven on earth, bring these two opposing forces back together.
Yeah. But that's
Somehow.
what the human existence is. It's a vessel to harmonize the polarities.
Everyone's trying to do it in their own way, but we're all trying to bring opposites back together because like we're split into two halves, and we want to bring things back in the heart. That's
And
it.
yeah, the only way how we can do it through love. So let's enjoy this. This is also Nepali puer.
Okay, could I have
Yeah,
a
yeah.
couple of drops?
I'm loving these cups when it's
Ah.
more clear because it's literally like this dark and light line. Spiral into the like
Is
unified point. It's just all there.
it enough for you or one more?
It's good, thank you.
It's very interesting taste. It's first time.
It's
Right.
quite sweet for a boy.
Wow. Little bit reminds me of bubble gum.
Yes, wow. Where you are origin, like in this lifetime, where was your birthplace?
Kazakhstan.
Oh, okay.
But I moved when I was 2 years old to Russia. So I lived in Russia.
Oh,
most, let's
okay.
say most of life. Yeah, thank you for sharing. I would add something else about the gift, and I would go to Cindy. That's a beautiful question that said, if you feeling some struggles and difficulties in your life and how this key can help, the question is how I can deal with it in a way that it will serve my higher purpose. Not how I can deal with these difficulties or struggles in a way that it will serve me, but how it will serve my higher purpose. When you have to make decisions, when you're going through some chaos, when you're going through some difficulties time, how I can deal with this so this would serve my higher purpose. This is the question that you have to ask yourself, and this key is rising. And then we are here to serve the higher purpose. And even continue daily answering to you, that will, I would say, bring also the CD is something that I would say the practice has been given to me that now I also we can say working on or just implementing in my life, is that also dissolving even the soul in a way, because the soul, as you say, it's still the self, it's still separate itself, it's a soul, but it's still kind of my individual experience, the individual experience of the soul, because the soul is part of the source. And what's been given to me is a way to bring all the energy back, by bringing, it's not happening in one moment, in a way that it's it kind of dissolving even the soul, in a way that it's merging soul with it. First I said it's merge ego with the soul, but then say merge soul with the source. Yeah. Then, and this is in fact that how I see the true divine union. And this is how I can experience, because this relationship, it's merging our soul that is one but split it into two, merging together and with the source at the same time, because there is in fact not my soul, his soul is one soul. We believe that we exist separately because it's what our like human experience showed us, but it's a one soul that was separated to have experiences like individual paths kind of, but at the same time it's not even individual because it's a one existence. And then this in fact by letting what you said about love, by just relaxing with this love, that is showing that that the self is illusion, and this love is emerging back to the source, where there is just a very it's starting to be clear that there is no self and even no soul in a way. Like there is a soul, but it's coming back into oneness. It's kind of becoming one with everything.
Something?
Yeah, of course. And something it's very uncomfortable sometimes.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's like it's kind of not even the death. It's something even beyond the death. It's like it's kind of the ultimate end. It's like kind of like there's nowhere to go out after this. It's like no incarnation after this.
Yes, so why are you here on earth then? If you want to be in the void and have and be nothing and just being like consciousness, why are you here then?
To finish.
You're here to experience life.
Finish.
To finish.
To finish,
finish.
like the thing
To
is,
finish through experiencing the life.
the
Yeah.
thing is,
This is the paradox of it.
Yeah.
the souls, like why do twin flames exist? Like
No, but I don't even want to talk about twin flame. I'm talking about like individual soul experience and enlightenment.
So when you describe like individual self and soul and source, what came was like a light in a magnifying glass and a point.
Mm-hmm.
The light is source, magnifying glass is like soul. And then when it's concentrated down to a point, like you're lighting something on fire, is the individual self. But to answer your question, do experience. We came to experience.
Yeah. That's-
And we've, as a soul, we've gone through many, many layers and versions and realities and parallels and yada, 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 yada. Like these little rays of light here. These little rays of light, and it's coming back up to the source, right? To finish, but in the finishing, it births anew, and we start again. Because it's cyclical, just like nature. Yeah. It's not denying, like, it's not denying it. It's fully embracing life as a path to when it ends. But it doesn't really end.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I personally can answer anything. Because I've asked my question like myself that a lot. Like, am I here to be in the corner in my room and meditate in the void? You know, to come back to consciousness for like my whole life? Or am I here to experience this and bring it back to this world as a little bit more integrated of my true self? And my answer is that I'm here to experience my true self. Yes, going into that void helped me to be more of that, to be more walking in truth, but I still walking in that truth to experience the personality that my soul have experienced in so many times. Because for me, this is how as well I express Dharma. I express Dharma by all the gift and the experience that my soul has, and is as well a pleasure. I'm in the body to experience pleasure. I'm in that body to experience the contrast of pleasure, which brings more pleasure ultimately. And experiencing those contrasts and learning, and I understand, like, I know this state of enlightenment is for me on the path. I'm on the path, but I'm not like consciously working on this like tomorrow, because I want to live and I want to express, and that expression is Dharma for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would say it's just not different, like kind of, you know, it's once the different reasons why the souls came. It's like source separated itself from souls. So this, we just had this conversation recently. It's like, and every so like, let's say a source separated itself. So every part of it, every soul can create its individual path back to source. Like say it separated itself on 1,000 forms. So 1,000 forms will have unique paths of remembering the source and coming back through its own time, and like everything. Don't that all have to like come back in one moment, like back together. Like, okay, guys, now we all come back.
Shows over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and this is like and this is the play of it. That's why that's one of the key was 54, 51 before initiation. That's why there's can't be guru on this way. It's like everybody's kind of can help you on a certain path, but you can't repeat the path of Buddha, you can't repeat the path of Christ, you can't repeat the path of anything, because the way how you would awaken would be unique, because there's like have to be the 1,000 unique ways. And when it's also happen, it's also going to be unique. In this lifetime, in another lifetime, it's not even a decision, I would say. It's like how I experienced, like I came through the first, I was like, years ago, I was like, I just need to just dissolve myself and everything. And there was an attachment, in fact, to this, that I had to start a spiritual path to have a big initiation, then to sterilize it with attachment, to come back to human experience, to start fully enjoying being woman and everything, and still wanting to have family and everything. And at the same time, there is a deeper clarity, the knowing that I'm finishing, I'm ending. And that feels like just like a free, like how to say, it feels like just, you know, when you just know something. It's like it's not because I don't like being human, or it's like it's bad or anything, and it's not that because I want enlightenment. It's like I came through the stages, I don't want enlightenment, but kind of it's this vessel is still moving towards that. Just they don't have desire anymore to it. But the vessel is moving towards that because where it's destined to go.
Yeah, I feel that.
And whatever is unfolding on this path is how my soul is experienced an individual experience, inspiring other. The way also I found with my soul is through our love, a lot of inspiration and things coming. But it kind of this all I don't own. Like, it's all not mine. It's the paradox is that I love it, but at the same time, it doesn't belong to me. It's like it's just the path unfolding, and the more I just be this love that it is, the more see it's resting in truth, and the more I can enjoy and sometimes be detached from everything. It's like I enjoy, but sometimes I detach from it. Something like this. I feel we need to have to think. Yeah, oh yeah, we'll have to finish.
We
So
can continue
like
maybe.
to-
We can continue maybe after we're gonna have time for meditation or
yeah, let's do a little meditation.
just
Yeah?
to
Okay.
completion. Finish our incarnations,
Okay,
all of them today, here and now.
Finished.
guys.
It's time.
Okay. Just feel your presence, feel your breath, feel your beingness here. Feel the cushions, how you sit on them, the weight of your body. Feeling connection with Mother Earth. Your roots going deep to the core of the earth. And how energy is coming back to your heart. And up to the center of the universe. And the energy of Father Sky, Divine Masculine Principle, is coming into your system through your crown chakra. Back to the core, through all your system, through your spine. You're surrounded by light. And we can also connect and invite the presence, the consciousness of Christ, because he's very much connected with the seed of this key selflessness. And also you can feel the shadow, selfishness. Where is it in your body? Where is it in your system? Do you feel it? Can you embrace it? Seeing this is also as love, part of love, and the way how love unfolds itself. And seeing how frequency is going higher to the altruism, the gift. And what does it mean to be truly altruistic? discover this beyond the ideas, what is altruism. But connecting with this frequency. And you can also connect with the consciousness of dolphins to invite them, the beingness, the presence of dolphins to show you what the altruism. That is playfulness, love. And detachment at the same time. Then making a deep breath, breathe in through your nose. Out through your mouth. Inviting the seed of selflessness. You can also put your palms in an open position if you want to receive more of this energy. Let this seed come and let yourself merge with it. Opening a space for spontaneous, miraculous healings that is possible in this key, the miracles in this city. The spontaneous transmutation of DNA. I think that's much beyond your imagination and ideas of what is possible. Seeing the oneness of all the forms of life and how we're all interconnected. And how selflessness is absolute giving. And the more you truly give from this frequency, from the true generosity, in fact, the more you expand and the more the source energy coming to you, so you can give even more. And it's a constant process that never ends. The love never ends. Feel into it and be with it. Maybe you can see the way how selflessness wanted to be represented through you, through your vessel, through your form, through your soul, through your body. Making 3 deep breaths, breathe in, breathe out. Let this energy flow through all your nadis, all your chakras, to the tip of the toes. Seeing that there is just love that constantly wants just to give itself. As in the way how it expands and presents itself. It's absolute giving, absolute generosity, absolute love, selflessness. And being staying in this frequency, you can rub your hands, your palms. Put it to your face. And you can gently open your eyes if you want. Or put your hands to the other parts of the body that you feel needs attention right now. When you're ready, just open your eyes. Thank you,
I don't think
everybody.
with.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, my heart is.
Unfortunately, we have to leave the stage so they can prepare for music performance. We can continue later. And I would love you to maybe share the feedback. The one last thing I will leave you with is that if somebody has 27.2 in your chart, or just itself the energy 27.2 is the energy itself that gives a possibility to fully transmute the physical form to become immortal.
Oh.
Oh,
So
Interesting. 1818.
That's cool.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Great. Back.